And so now, beloveds, we would like to offer you this information to support you on your journeys. We would like to address this topic, which is often referred to in your time-space reality as soul contracts. And we would like to bring to you your awareness, greater perspective, as it relates to this topic, known as soul contracts. First, we would like you to become aware that the idea that there are soul contracts only exists in the frequencies which are bandwidths denser or heavier than what you identify as sixth dimension. These bandwidths of energy and consciousness are bandwidths where your human civilization has existed. And so if you are buying into and believing that you have soul contracts, it is simply because your consciousness is operating from a density or a bandwidth that is denser or heavier than sixth dimension. For what you identify as soul contracts can only be stored in those dimensional bandwidths, in those frequency ranges. And consciousness that resides there will believe that soul contracts are real. However, at the same frequency range, but the not exact frequency bandwidth, in other words, the same frequency bandwidth, but not the exact speed or rate of consciousness, you exist beyond sacred contracts. And at those frequency bandwidths, there are no longer any sacred contracts. There are simply soul agreements and agendas. And these are beyond contracts. Understand. A contract says, I will do this, I agree to that. Agreements provide much larger range and greater bandwidth for movement of consciousness, for elevation of consciousness, and therefore slightly beyond the bandwidth where contracts are made to be true and therefore believed to be true. Beyond that frequency are simply greater agreements. Agreements are a much wider, broader bandwidth. So they are, in general, agreements that provide for the exploration of topic areas, the exploration, and indeed even pioneering of topic areas, subject matter, various themes. Yes, themes is a good way to describe it and explain it. So a soul theme, a soul agenda is not the same thing as a contract. A soul theme will explore matters and topic areas under a particular theme. And a soul may want to explore themes related to self-worth or self-value, truth or trust or safety. A soul theme might be relationships, love, responsibility, peace, harmony, truth. A soul theme might include diplomacy, discernment, fact and fiction, truth. We did address that. So the themes provide for much broader and much more expanded exploration and pioneering. A soul theme could also explore topic areas related to magnanimity, equanimity. You see, these are higher levels of consciousness, and they are freed up from what you perceive to be contracts. Contracts are quite limiting, you see, and they are for those who play in the game of limitation. And we would say overtly that you actually do not have contracts. It is up to you to free yourself from contracts. A contract could include when you die or how you die. A contract could include or would include who specifically or what specifically you might do or engage in, what experiences you might have, but they are limited, and they are for the limited thinker, the limited perceiver, the limited believer. They are not absolute truth. And so themes and agendas, those are much broader. And you will recognize as you elevate beyond that which you call the density of your sixth dimensional bandwidth, that the themes provide you much greater opportunity, much broader opportunity for exploration of what your unique soul is interested in becoming, in evolving into, in expanding into, in up-leveling into more of the greatness of who you are, into more of the wholeness and the fullness and the richness of who you are. Now, in order to up-level, of course, one must break free from contracts and contractual thinking and contractually believing. And in order to do that, one must be reclaiming their true power, which is to align with their divinity, their own higher self aspects. For it is those reclamations of power that free you from these limited contracts that seem to dictate your reality, that seem to keep you stuck or locked in the limitation of the contracts themselves, which are not absolutely true. And so as you reclaim your power and you free and liberate yourself from the contracts that you believed were held in place by something greater than you will start to claim the higher truth of knowing that you are free to explore and pioneer, that you have always been free, and that nothing and no one can limit or bind you. No contract is designed to keep you stuck or small. They are simply there for you to reclaim your power. The power to create with mastery the life of your choosing. We are the collective, and we are releasing this conversation at this time. It is our great pleasure, and we thank you for allowing this communication to come through. I hope that was helpful.